guys are back here at WrestleCade 2022, House of Kayfabe interviewing folks, and we have royalty in the house. It's the Queen of Extreme, Francine. How are you?
I am doing so good today.
You look fantastic.
Thank you. I feel fantastic. The energy I feel alive today. It's so good to be here, day 2 of WrestleCade.
I always feel like the universe is at peak performance when you and Shane are in the same room.
I love it. You know, it's like 1996 all over again.
Yeah. Oh,
we might not look it, but we feel it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it too.
I feel it. Do you feel it?
I do. I feel it.
I do.
I think I was about 15 at the time of the Queen, Francine, running things in ECW.
Okay.
But it was a great time to be a wrestling fan, and it's a great time to be a wrestling fan today. We are in wrestling fan heaven.
It's amazing. The crowd everybody's so nice here, and the crowd's enthusiastic, and they're getting to meet their favorite stars, and I just love these conventions because where do you get to meet people and have conversations and go over old times? It's these wrestling conventions. They're great.
I love
doing them.
I think there's about 10,000 people here this year.
It's amazing. This room's packed. It was packed last night. It's packed today. It's going to be packed tomorrow. It's one of the best weekends for a wrestling fan to be alive.
Are you going to be a part of any of the shows later?
No, I am not. I have a virtual tonight that I'm doing. You know, with another vendor. But you know, I peeked in on the Impact show last night. It was packed. Incredible.
No seats.
No seats left. I just peeked my head in, did a little look-see, see what's going on, you know. But there's so much talent here, and we love interacting with our fans, and it's just a fun weekend, you know. Very laid back, very cool. Good time.
Well, you know, I've been setting people in this seat all day. It's the hot seat.
I wonder why my ass was burning.
There you go. That's exactly.
Never mind.
So the question is, I've got to get some type of juicy ECW story out of you while you're sitting here.
No.
Give me your favorite one. I don't even know what to ask you. There's so much I could ask.
I wish you would ask me something because it would make me respond. You're making me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the vault.
There is.
I will never ever tell.
Well, tell me about the experience. Let's go with worst. Let's go with the worst ECW fan experience that you had.
Well, I believe fan experience would probably be the night that we were at the arena and Shane was working with Gary Wolf, the Pitbull, and he had broke his neck. So he had this. God bless you, Gary. He had this contraption on his head.
I remember the contraption.
Yes. It was 100% legit. He seriously broke his neck. The guys were hanging their coats like as a joke. He was sitting in the back. I felt so bad for him, you know. But when we did the deal where he jumps in the ring and Shane shakes him and brings him down, and then, you know, we're supposed to get out of there. I had bumps already, so my face was down. I didn't see anything, and I'm selling, you know. And Shane comes and grabs me, but people started jumping the guardrail.
Right.
And it was mayhem. And we were getting legit punched, spit on, kicked. I couldn't get my footing. My feet were dragging. He was dragging me, like, under my arms. And I had no traction. I was so scared because I was getting jabbed left and right, and I didn't know where it was coming from, you know, and you're trying to sell a bump.
Right.
And it was a mess. It was a mess, and that's not the first time that happens.
Now, at that time, after that's over, do you question, like, am I in the right business?
we just said, wow, that's heat.
That is heat.
You know what I mean?
That's
it's like, wow, we're pretty good heels today. You know, we got a lot of heat. But it's scary because, they've called me so many names, so many special chants that went on, you know, and it never offended me because I'm like, oh, I'm getting my heat. But if somebody puts their hands on me, that goes too far. So I always said, call me whatever you want. I can take it.
Just don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Be respectful. We're out there putting our bodies on the line for you. Just be respectful. Have a good time. You know, there's no reason to punch or spit, especially a woman. You got this 6'5" overgrown men trying to beat me up?
Yeah.
Come on, bruh. That's not cool.
Not fair at all.
Mm-mm.
So, I know you need to get back. I know there's plenty of people that want to get your autograph over there, so I want to let you go. But I want to ask you one more thing before you leave is, how exactly did you break into the business? I mean, I know you got paired with Shane right out the gate, which had to have been a blessing.
Well, I didn't get paired with him right out the gate.
Oh,
When I started, they had me in the crowd as a fan for Stevie Richards. So I was kind of like Stevie Richards' girlfriend at the time. I picked up
Shoot girlfriend?
No.
Just work.
Yeah, no. I got in the business by watching ECW television and responding to a commercial for their wrestling school. So it was like, do you want to be a manager, referee, or a wrestler? Call this number.
Now, how old are you at this time?
I'm like 1920.
1920.
No connections in the business. Not
you walked
not
in
a lot
and
of
talked to
knowledge.
who, Paul?
No, I had to meet with Todd Gordon.
Oh, so this is Eastern.
This was like the transition. Like Eddie Gilbert was leaving and Paul was coming in. So they were at first they were training me to wrestle, and I was going and training. And then when I met Paul, this was like 93, 94. Paul said women's wrestling doesn't sell, and you're going to be more marketable as a manager. He said, so we're not going to do the whole wrestling route with you. You're gonna get over. He goes, trust me. That was my first meeting with Paul. Trust me. Okay.
Did you find that you could trust Paul, or?
I could. I mean, he treated me very well when I was there. I know what went down at the end. It's heartbreaking, but if Paul didn't give me a chance, I wouldn't be sitting in the hot seat today. That's the way I look at it.
So you always look back fondly on your time with ECW and
Absolutely.
your time with Paul.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a genius. Not so much with money, because we all know the deal with that, but creatively, we had some of the best angles I think this business has ever seen.
I agree.
And some of the best workers. And the locker room was a family. We're still a family. There's a lot of my brothers here today, and we just love being together so much. So this is like a mini reunion for me when I get to do these things.
You got to see Sabu?
Yes.
He's over there.
Yeah, he ran
C.W.
out.
Anderson?
All of them ran out, big hugs and kisses. Rhino came over to the table.
See Sandman?
Yeah, it's just great. We're still a family, and 30 years later, we're still going strong. So,
well, thank you so much for being on the House of Kayfabe. The Queen of Extreme, Miss Francine, right here. We'll be back. WrestleCade 2022.